Hey podcasters, Ryan Otto here. Before today's episode, I just want to let you all know that I've gone all in short letting on Booking.com. Back in 2005, the returns were good, but nothing like what we're achieving 14 years later. Because right now, every £1,000 of market rent I used to receive from a tenant is now returning £3,000 per month on the exact same rental property, which is a rental increase of 199%. My friends, if you leave a podcast review and tag me with it on any social platform, I'll send you a free copy of my rent arbitrage model, which is the unlock for you to do the same. And right now, guys, it's completely free. Hi everyone, Ryan Otto here. Welcome to episode 9 of Ask Ryan Otto. This is your opportunity, guys, to ask me anything you want and I will answer all of your questions. If you're listening to this on the podcast, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, okay guys, because there's bonus content, exclusive content. So you need to come over and subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you've also subscribed on the podcast platform you're listening to this on as well for bonus and exclusive content. Okay, guys? If you're watching this on YouTube and you can subscribe on this channel to get exclusive content and bonus content, guys. We're always sending that out, so make sure you are subscribed because it only goes to members that have subscribed. And the same for anybody on social watching a clip of this. Make sure you come across to YouTube where the Ask Ryan Otto Q&As is hosted. Okay, guys. So let's get into the question that you have today. So what have we got here? So this question is from somebody already on Booking.com. Okay, guys. So this is an existing landlord already taken the plunge, taken their property out of the out of the AST market, and they've put it into the short let market. So fantastic for that. I'm really pleased. What do I need to do to increase my profits? What do I need to do to increase my profits? Okay, so I haven't got any more background information apart from that. What do I need to do to increase my profits? So it's a very broad question. So I would say, without knowing where you're failing already, without seeing inside your Booking.com account, without my team or my agency logging into your account, having a look as a consultancy basis to find those anomalies, find where you're going wrong, give you a detailed report of how we can increase your profit. It's very, very difficult for me to be specific. So I'll answer the question in a very broad way, okay? Giving you an overview of the areas that you should be focusing on to increase your profit from here to here. Okay, guys? From here to here. That's what I'm going to give you guys. So, what do I need to do to increase my profits? Okay. Now, starting at the very start, it will come down to, have you optimized every part of the presentation? Have you optimized every part of the presentation? Now, what I mean by that is, if you can imagine, when the guests search for your property or any property on any of the online travel agents, okay, any of them, the first thing they're going to see is a summary or the description. Headline, right, the name. Then they'll have a summary. Then they'll have a picture. So the picture is the thing that's going to speak to them the most, okay? So it's very important that you've chosen the best picture you have. Also, that picture may be the best of the worst. It could be the best of the worst picture. So have you done the first things right? Did you take the pictures yourself? Did you take it on a smartphone? Was it done on a professional digital SLR camera? Did you have a professional photographer come in? Was the lighting good? Was it styled? Was it dressed? Were the curtains open? Lots of different factors without me going into too much detail, spending too much time on the picture, okay? This could be discussed and debated for hours, but obviously we want to get through all of the elements on here for you. So the pictures, and the one picture that they see has to be the most impactful picture that you have. I mean, a professional to take it has to be dressed, has to be the right room, probably not a bedroom, open spaces they want to see, communal areas the guests want to see, not really a bedroom which looks fantastic, the open space, the shared space where everyone can gather together, okay? Those are the pictures which tend to have the highest conversion. And then it comes down to the styling and the colours that you've chosen, the furniture that you can see, and the lighting on the picture. Lots and lots of elements on the picture, okay, the first picture. So now you're inside and you can see the other pictures. Everything that I just said about the picture, the first thing that they see, the presentation, has to be replicated again with the rest of the pictures, okay? You don't want to have not enough, like 10 or 15, and you don't really need to do overkill like 50 or 60. If you're in a nice balance of 25 to 35, somewhere around there, it's enough for people to click through, if you know, to see the angles of each room and anything special, and then the other images that Booking.com put at the end anyway. So yeah, if you can keep it around there, 25, 35, powerful, high impacting pictures, colors popped, I mean, okay, so someone's worked on them in a studio, airbrushed them a little bit, which is obviously frowned upon in the modeling agency or the modeling industry, but you can pop the colors a bit. The sky outside, a deeper blue, get rid of the clouds on that day, alter the lighting, depth of focus, and things like that to really make all of the images pop, okay? Okay, what do I need to do to increase my profits? Comes down to occupancy. What is your occupancy? I mean, you can give me more information. I'm happy to revisit this question or reply to you, or a call to reply to you directly, and obviously send it out to the community, whether it's on the Perfect Property Deal community online, or whether it's through the podcast, or whether it comes back on here on Ask Ryan Otto. Not really sure where we're going to redistribute that, but happy for you to give me more information so I can be more specific and tailor the answer exactly to your deeper question. So, occupancy. What are your occupancy levels? I mean, our competitive set in the areas we're in, one of them is as low as 46.3% that the others are at. We're at 84, 46.3%. Some of them, it's crazy, it's madness. I mean, the occupancy is really where you can crank that up and where you can earn a lot more money. It's made or lost in the occupancy. If you've got an occupancy of 50%, you know, you might be earning reasonable money, but your property is empty for 50% of the year. If you've got an occupancy at 60%, it's a lot better. 70 is a lot better. You have to be above 75. You have to be above 75. I'm sorry. I mean, if you're below 75% across the course of the year, I mean, over a consecutive 12 months of the year, if you're below 75%, you're doing a few things wrong, okay? So you really do need to look at that. That's where you make a lot or lose a lot of your profit, in the occupancy, okay, guys? So what do you need to do for the occupancy? Well, again, it all comes down to the meeting Booking.com's algorithm, their logical test, to make sure that you tick all the boxes in all of the different elements to make sure that your property appears in more searches when people search on Booking.com, which will naturally, the more attention that your property gets, the higher up the listing it is, just like Google. The first page that you appear on, when you appear in the top picks, when you're like, Booking.com is working for you because you've done all of the elements right, which is how we take our listings from here to here. That's how we're achieving 201% above the AST market rent, okay, guys? That's how we're exchanging £1,000 of AST rent for £3,000 on Booking.com, by understanding how those algorithms or the algorithm works and meeting the requirements, that logical test. When you meet those requirements, it's like you have, you know, the 17,000 staff that Booking.com have, it's like you have them working for you. So that 4.1 billion marketing budget they spent last year on Google pay-per-click to get, customers or potential customers from Google to Booking.com to see the page one listings and the top picks and the highest reviewed properties, which is where you have to be, where we are. That's how you earn £42,155 a year per property per year, above the AST market rent, okay, guys? So you really do need to focus on making sure that you're doing everything possible that you can to increase your occupancy, okay? Now, communication as well. Communication with your guests. You may overlook this area, but if you're not communicating very well with your guests about, I don't know, collecting the keys or where they get them from, if you're not one step ahead of the guest, so the guest is always asking you questions, they tend to leave a lower review or a lower review score or no review. That's bad in two ways. If they don't leave a review, it's a wasted opportunity. Because every review that you have, as long as it's above a certain level, helps maintain your listing. Again, it helps meeting the algorithm test that X amount of people have stayed, X amount of people have reviewed, and when it ticks that box, okay, again, you're meeting the criteria of another part of the algorithm, okay, right? If you have 100 people stay and only 3 people review, they know, Booking.com, the algorithm, they know something is going wrong, okay? So, that's closing down. So they know that there's improvement to be had, okay? Again, if you're not communicating correctly or in the right way with your guests and they're constantly asking you questions, then you find that when they do leave a review, if they do, it's going to be below average. And if you're anything below the 9s, you don't appear in the box that people can search by. If you want to have an amazing time in whatever city is a short stay or a long stay, hotel, apartment, holiday home, boat, garden, shed, caravan, whatever you want to stay in on Booking.com or any of the other sites, if you're looking for the best experience, you're probably going to tick the box which says 9+ out of 10. I know I do, okay? 9+ out of 10. If you're below that, your property won't even appear, okay? So that's something you need to think about, getting your review score up, okay? Cleanliness. Again, it's another thing that will impact on your review score, which impacts on your occupancy, because it impacts on the algorithm, because it impacts on other guests' stay and their experiences. It gives you a low review score, gives you a bad review about the cleanliness. Those things will mean you earn less money. So to increase your profit, do more of what's good and positive and works and develop your listing, and do less of the things which are dragging it down. Less of those, more of the things which can increase your profits. Okay. And then obviously you need to make sure that this is another one to increase your profits, okay? Booking.com they have they spent 4.1 billion last year, okay? Driving traffic, potential customers that want to stay in hotels, apartments, holiday homes from Google to Booking.com. Now, that's just a revolving door, right? So that just goes round and round and round and round. So think about this if you want to increase your profits. Somebody who came through that big wheel, that marketing funnel, that system from Google, part of that 4.1 billion, to land on Booking.com. Booking.com are very good at creating accounts, rewarding Genius members, rewarding guests that are logged in with secret deals and exclusive offers and higher Genius percentages for the top travelers, okay, the top 5%, okay? Those are the guys we like to work with, okay? Now, they're very good at doing that, getting customers to log in and register for exclusive bonuses, right? Let's say that person came through Google. They came to Booking.com. They booked a stay at your property through Booking.com. You've obviously paid them 15% commission, which is absolutely fine. I'm happy to even pay up to 30% commission for some of our properties, okay? Because it works for us, right? Now, they've registered on Booking.com, they've got an account, they've stayed with you, and then they leave, right? You will find that there is a percentage of guests that come back. They come back and stay at your property. But you may find that they come back through booking.com. So they're coming back through booking.com. They've got an account on booking.com. They found you the first time through booking.com, but it doesn't make any sense for booking.com to collect another 15% commission or 30, depending on what your commission structure is at. If you're Genius, if you're a preferred partner, it's 18%. It just depends on where you are, 15 to 30. And you pay them again 15% and for them to come back a month later or a week later or even the next night. They stayed at your house on the Friday night. On the Saturday, they realized they want to extend their stay, so they paid booking.com again, and you lost 15% unnecessarily, or even 30% if you've promoted your listing, okay? That's a massive drain. And if you check the terms and conditions, you're allowed to market to the people once they've stayed once. You can't cut booking.com out of the first commission, but if they extend their stay, it's only the first deal, the first part of the stay which is charged, or which commission is due to booking.com, okay? So then if you've got a system in place, where you can contact those guests, where you can follow up on those guests that have stayed, where you can incentivize those guests, does that make sense? In some way that the next time they want to come, they call you. Or the next time they come, they book through your website. Or the next time they come, they just send your admin team a text or an email or an SMS or a WhatsApp to say, have you got availability on this date? And then immediately you're saving booking.com's fees, 15%, 20, 30%. And then you can incentivize a guest in whatever way you want to, okay? That is a very, very good way to instantly increase your profit, okay? I hope you got some value from this episode. Remember, guys, just keep asking me questions and I will answer all of them for you. I hope you got lots of value from this episode. It's really important to me to get feedback from you guys, whether you're listening on the podcast, whether you're watching a short clip on social, whether you're watching the full version on YouTube. It's really important for me, and I'll be really pumped up and excited if you left me a comment. And just let me know your thoughts, guys. Just let me know your thoughts. You can send it to me directly. You can leave a comment below this video. I'd really love to hear from you guys, okay? That you got some value from this, and that would really mean the world to me. So, on that note, thank you all for watching or listening to this episode. Remember, guys, you're only one perfect property deal away from everything that you want. My friend, hey podcasters, thanks for listening. Please go ahead and share the podcast with your friends. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe so I can instantly deliver my best business tactics and entrepreneurial content to you the second it's released. Does that sound like a good deal?